Hey everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So first off, I'd like to give a shout out to one of my YouTube members, Tinky. Thanks for your support. Now, just so you know, of course, the rumors of my demise are greatly exaggerated. So for those who didn't catch my last video, I did express some frustrations with the game and expressed a little bit of so what you could call burnout. However, the vast majority of that is actually due not only to the game itself, but to the fact that I've been unfortunately busy with other aspects of my life. So just to clear things up, I will still be playing Another Eden and creating content for Another Eden for the foreseeable future. Things might be a little bit slower in coming out. However, I am very cognizant of that and will continue to create things as I continue to enjoy the game. Now, that being said, since tomorrow is April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day to all of you who celebrate that. WFS, of course, at the beginning of the month does release the standard Fateful encounter, 7 days encounter. And so we can clearly see the 3 units featured today. And it's going to be Yuella from left to right, AS, Sora, and Milsha normal style. Clearly, all 3 are tied together with Lance type weapons, although their elements are different. And let's just take a quick look about the maintenance period. So this coming week, note that there will be a half-an-hour window where the game will be inaccessible. And so if you log in during that time, of course, you won't be able to play. I think we actually experienced that last week when I was away on vacation, and so it was a little bit frustrating. That one I think was about 2 hours long. This one is only half an hour, so not nearly as bad, and so of course we can come back online and play one of our favorite games. So of course Yuella, AS Sora, and Milsha are both featured, so let's go directly into the Dream section where you'll be able to access the newest banner. Remember that these are paid banners, and so for the vast majority of you who are free to play, this won't apply to you, unfortunately, including myself. I won't be summoning on this banner. And remember that, as the name states, it is only available for 7 days. So, ends on April 7th UTC. Unfortunately, WFS has still not changed the odds of the 3 units, still 7.77% each, and I really do hope that, hey, Scott or other WFS employees, if you are listening to this video, please change it to 33.3% each. I think that will do the best for everyone who is interested in the banner, just because if you are going for a dedicated banner where you are looking for the featured unit, and these are not even the newest units out there, you can make things a little bit easier or more tempting for those who are looking for one of the 3 units by making it guaranteed 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 each. Also note that Yuella normal style as well as Milsha normal style are uprated to 0.3. I don't consider Sora as a 3.5 or a 4-star normal uprated, even though it seems like the odds are better, because remember, Sora as a 4-star, it would have a higher chance of getting one of her forms in 3.5 or 4 anyways, as compared to a 4.5 that only upgrades directly to a 5. Of course, paid banners do have the newest unit, Minoka, AS Flam, and so on and so forth. We can scroll down, and veterans and newbies alike also know that unfortunately there is the standard 3.5s, 3 stars, bots, rainbow sisters, and knights, which unfortunately do fill up the gacha. So, should you summon? Well, like most 7-day encounters, the units themselves are much older in general, and that's why I first of all said that they really should make it 33.3% each, because these aren't necessarily considered super high value units. Just quickly speaking, for each of the units, I have Yuella in normal style, and she used to be interesting in the fact that she can help with crit rate up. She can actually do some moderate boosting, I think for power, and I can't even remember if it's power and int or power and speed. And she is a copy type unit. She's a water crystal unit from what I remember. Now the problem with her is that when she's not in Lunatic, She's primarily a water type DPS, and when she has activated Lunatic where she does double attacks, it converts the actual DPS move so that her water attacks, instead of stacking resist down, it does a different thing where it kind of stacks a certain mechanic on her, and if you can get up to 10 attacks, I believe, you get her maximum damage out there. So it takes a long time to set her up, and given the fact that since then we don't really need guaranteed crit rate, we also don't need increased power and speed because it's so moderate. I think even with the double copy move, I think it's only 40% total, like 20 times 2 kind of thing. So we already have units that can cap out power, int, and speed up to 100% on units. And so unfortunately, Yuela being an older unit really has been power crept quite a bit. I think her DPS modifiers in terms of her water, lands, or attacks are relatively low as well. And so if you're looking for water DPS, you already have newer units such as Ultra Hismina, by which, of course, being flexible, she can change to Lance or Pierce type unit on the right team anyways. Or if you need water magic, of course, we have the standard Flam, Eva, Pry kind of team combo, or Ultra Xion, or so on and so forth to win the game for you. Eosora, I haven't side graded yet. And yes, as some of my subscribers said, I really should get along to upgrading all my units because I'm kind of crippled in the fact that I don't have the newest units all side graded up there. But that being said, Eosora is an interesting unit. She does have the same kind of similar tanking ability at that, the most powerful tanks have. The cover ability, very similar to AS Radius Chivalry, or say a Pry, or so on and so forth. So basically, she will take any attacks that it would hit anyone else into herself. With the advent of Efi, we now have units that basically tank for you, and it's very similar that those minions of yours get not only blood contract, but get the cover ability as well, and so you have many ways of doing that. The good thing about Sora is that, unlike Chivalry, where you can only use it 3 times for AS Radius, under the right conditions, she can use it repeatedly, and if she tanks herself enough, and she can benefit from buffing herself quite a bit, she can essentially tank all the moves and attacks towards her, letting the rest of your team survive. And if you need a longer fight, she can certainly last, provided she can keep on doing cover with her buffs on herself. And finally, Milsha normal style. I know that AS Milsha was interesting at one point with her Moonlight Zone. Now, normal style Milsha does strike a soft spot in my heart. The reason why is not only is she part of the mythos, which I did really enjoy the storyline and how she was involved in it. The other thing is that her Earth Lance DPS was actually not bad, especially given she can activate Lunatic as well, making her damage pretty decent. She can actually support other Earth type units because I think it boosts Earth attacks for her whole team. And the cool part about her is that she can activate a Shade end of turn. Well, I'll say it this way: it's a Shade Lance AoE that also does additional attacks at end of turn for a number of turns, and it can actually do a significant amount of damage. Now, before the advent of Shade Zone, it was respectable in its own right. However, with the advance of Shade Zone and other Shade type units, you can actually build a team right around that, and those end of turn attacks with herself, Nona, for example, in conjunction with Shade Zone with even Efi or other types of boosts, can make that quite a monstrous team. I think I demonstrated that at one point a while ago in one of my other videos. I don't remember if it was on Nona or someone else that I reviewed, but yeah, still quite viable, although, like I said, it's a little bit older as well. And so, as a result, I would never recommend people to pull on 7-day encounters in general, only because the units, like I said, are older and they're not even guaranteed. Not to mention, like I've mentioned with the previous few summon videos, most of your stones have already gone towards the units that most people are chasing. AS Flam, for example, Minoka I think is still here. Unfortunately, Efi is gone now, but you still have, if people want AS Garam for an additional Lance type tank over Eosora, or of course AS Hina, who also does tanking as a wind/blunt kind of unit. And we already know the power of Minoka and Tetra as her buddy, and we summon for the buddy and not the unit. And AS Flam, like that, I can't see anyone diverting any of those stones, whether or not it's paid or otherwise, to this banner. Now, that being said, these are 3 waifu units, and so if it is waifus you're chasing and you like these ones, I mean, 2 of them kind of have, things, their assets showing, shall I say. So, waifu, 10 out of 10 summon, so on and so forth. But realistically speaking, from a play value standpoint, I wouldn't recommend it at this point. So I'm sure many of you probably agree with me at this point. However, hey, let me know in the comments below what you think about the banners. And, more importantly, do we still like the 7-day encounter? For me personally, I kind of do like kind of how they tie in units every time. And it's almost a pleasant surprise to see if it's going to be an amazing banner or just a mid banner. And I guess this would follow under the latter. Anyways, probably another quiet week. Hopefully I can slowly catch up on the last few super bosses and other content that I'm missing. Life is still kind of busy, especially with Easter season. I've got other things going on. And also coming back from holidays, work has been quite hectic as well. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.